to Pica Poco Kitchen. Today we're making huevos motuleños, or eggs motuleño style. Vámonos! In 1921, Jorge Siquef, who was at the time the chef of the governor of Yucatan, Felipe Carrillo Puerto, traveled to him to Motul. Motul is a city right in the middle of the coast of Yucatan. He was assigned to come up with a dish that would conquer all of his famous and historical guests. Little did he know that he was about to create one of the most iconic dishes of that region. Huevos motuleños, eggs cooked to perfection in a tomato sauce. They definitely stole the hearts of people like José Vasconcelos and muralist Diego Rivera. Not that he ever found it hard to fall in love with anyone or anything. Motul, just like the state of Yucatan in general, offered to the world beautiful archaeology, nature, and of course, wonderful cuisine. So if you ever are lucky enough to travel to Yucatan, go to Motul and have the breakfast that's gonna change your life. I was lucky enough to go there with my friend Richie, and since that moment, I can't stop thinking about huevos motuleños. So I hope this recipe will change your morning routine as well, unless you're one of those people who only have coffee for breakfast. But if so, then have them for lunch or dinner. It's your choice. Let's go. First, we're gonna start with half an onion that we're going to dice using a bowl just like this. We will also need 4 Roma tomatoes. I recommend using 1 tomato per egg since I'll be cooking 4 eggs. Then I need 4 tomatoes, and we're also gonna bowl chop it. In a little bit of oil, we are going to fry half a cup of ham. Like always, I'm using deli meat, but you can go ahead and use thicker ham. Traditionally, people like to use ham cubes, but like I told you many times before, I just can't stand the texture. Fry it until you're happy with it and set it aside. In the same pan, with maybe a little bit extra oil, we're gonna fry those onions and we're gonna add 1 habanero pepper. The habanero is not gonna bring any spiciness to the dish, just a little bit of flavor. At the same time, our habanero is going to chart a little bit, so if you want your dish to be spicy, you can add that habanero to the plate and people can have it as they wish. When your onion is cooked, add your tomatoes and let it sit in your pan in low heat for half an hour. While that's happening, we're gonna chop a large plantain. You can make chips with it in any shape you want. You can make them round or elongated as I'm showing you here. The riper your plantain, the thicker your slices can be. If your plantain is really sweet and ripe, then you can even go to 1/2 inch slices. And if you prefer it, you can also cut your plantain lengthwise. In hot oil, we are going to fry our plantain chips. The thicker they are, the longer you're gonna have to let them in the oil. Don't forget to flip them once they start to get golden and let them be until they take a caramel color, a little bit of brownish, and they start smelling sweeter. In talking about sweet, my recommendation whenever any recipe you're making requires plantain is get some extra. And since we're already frying them, I say fry them all. Get whatever you're gonna need for the dish that you're making, and for the rest, you wanna set it aside. And once they're ready, sprinkle some sugar on them, or better yet, sweet condensed milk, and you have dessert. It's one of the most glorious and easiest desserts you can ever have. But let's go back to the main recipe. Once your plantains are ready, take them out, let them sit in a paper towel, and while still hot, sprinkle them with some salt. Some people like to fry their eggs on the side, but I like to make a couple of wells in my tomato and cook them straight in. I love runny eggs, and there's nothing more satisfying than achieving that. But life happens. Don't you hate when that happens? What do you do? I mean, fortunately here I'm making 4 eggs, so the others, if I'm careful enough, will be good. But when you are by yourself and you just want the 1 egg and that happens, I mean, sometimes maybe you say, okay, I'll make another egg. So you have 1 egg good and the other one is broken. But if they're both broken, I mean, there's just so many eggs you can have an excuse to make. Anyway, after crying about it, just sprinkle some salt and pepper if you like it. Cover it up and let the eggs cook. While my eggs finish cooking, I'm gonna fry 4 one-day-old tortillas. 1-day-old tortillas are better since they're gonna absorb less oil. We want to get them fried, not exactly as a tostada, but strong enough, crunchy enough. And now, if you want to skip that and use tostadas, use tostadas. It's up to you. Let's assemble. I have 1 tortilla in my plate, and we're gonna spread it with some nice fried beans. I'm using pinto beans. Traditionally, black would be better, but use whichever beans you have. Just make sure they are dense. Sprinkle a little bit of cheese, add another layer of tortilla with more beans. Arrange your plantains and let's add the eggs on top. Don't forget to include some of that wonderful tomato and the habanero if you want. And among the peculiarities of this dish are the toppings. Remember that ham that we fried in the beginning? We're gonna add it now, alongside cooked peas. Not just improvising, but taking advantage of the ingredients he had, Chef Sikef sprinkled some bright green peas on his dish, giving huevos motuleños their most iconic topping. I like to use the frozen peas that I have run under warm water. To finish it all, sprinkle some extra cheese on top. And here we have them. I'm starving. Can't wait to dig in. This is just so simple, but it hits the right places. And if you like runny eggs like me, it's wonderful. The yolk goes great with the sauce, and the plantains bring this little bit of sweetness that it surprises you. I think it hits every box. Perfect texture, great amount of flavors, and even though the peas don't bring too much to the party in terms of taste, they're still a fun surprise, you know? And they're a little reminder of improvisation, how to make something simple feel a bit special. So I say, be the piece on people's life and do something simple that will make them feel special, at least for a day, or at least for a meal. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed this recipe just like this video. And if you did, please share it with your friends. Like, subscribe, and be notified. And for more, follow me on the socials. Adios, amigues.